vendors, 10 food trucks, people from all.
So, we will continue as Father Nature. I've come back into myself. And that's important for me as a melanin dominant black man to reach deep within myself as divine energy. And as Father Nature, I can't blame the environment that I'm in for my mishaps. I must lean more upon the development of my instinct to seek balance. Balance in my life. For light as a feather. So, July, July, the 7th month of the year. I just completed the June series on DVD because it's there if you wish to watch that. I'm having issues with distribution of Brother R.A. information. So, I'm going to be a little bit more original, creating my content as a divine energy. I'm choosing to, there's two lines here. There's a line from, what was that? Insurgent, whatever the name of that movie was. Come back into who you truly are. Divergent. Yeah, Independence Day, Divergence, 5 fractions, and do you settle into one of those particular fractions of being the police force, or the intelligentsia, or the farmer, or whatever Insurgent was about? But the Brother R.A. thought, come back into myself. Brother RA as Father Nature, is allowing himself back into himself. Is this a Enter DePenAnts? Enter into being an ant? Or reach into the divinity of yourself? Now I'm going to read Blue Sky from the Secrets of the Tai Chi Circle. And this little note too, for younger people. Show a young man how to love his mother. Me at 57, still loving mommy. I think that would be the best way for me to show my nephew how to love his mother, is for me to continue to show, even though my mother and father have transitioned, what is my role and responsibility on this planet as Father Nature. So let's get into reading Blue Sky. As I said, from Secrets of the Tai Chi Circle, Luke Chan and Master Heej knows, or Master Heej, Roxbury Tai Chi Academy, my Tai Chi teacher for the past 20 years. Journey to Enlightenment. Secrets of the Tai Chi Circle. I'm reading Chapter 5, Blue Sky. One day when I was practicing my Tai Chi movements, I noticed an old gentleman with silver hair watching me with curious eyes. I stopped my practice and asked respectfully, "May I help you, sir?" He nodded his head to acknowledge my question and laughed gently, but said nothing. He walked away slowly, reciting a poem. I left my hometown as a youth, and returned as an old man. My dialect has not changed, but my hair has turned gray. Children whom I met on my way home did not know me. With smiling faces, they asked me, "Where are you coming from, stranger?" I was puzzled and wondered who this gentleman might be. After a while, I saw Lotus running excitedly towards me, shouting, "Great-grandpa's back!" Grandmaster's father is still alive? How old is he? I asked excitedly. He's 87 years old, replied Lotus, taking my hand. "Come ye, let's go see great-grandpa. He always has interesting stories to tell." I agreed, and we left to see him immediately. We arrived at Great-Grandmaster's house, which was in the center of the village, and found him writing at his desk. I noticed a large painting hanging conspicuously in his room. The painting depicted a group of happy people waving their hands as if they were bidding farewell to someone. and in the background, a beautiful scene disclosing a village surrounded by mountains. Underneath the painting were these words. Through the mist, there seemed to be a narrow passageway. I walked close to the shore and asked the gentleman in a boat, when peach flowers mature, they follow the river. But where is the entrance to the cave of this paradise? Please, come in. I'm so glad you young people have come to see me. Great Grandmaster greeted us happily and beckoned us to sit. I'm happy that the jade plate has been united, ye. Please tell me all about yourself and about the village you came from. I talked excitedly as Great Grandmaster was such a good listener. He listened to me as if I were the only one person in the world. He nodded his head from time to time to acknowledge that he understood my words. His penetrating eyes assured me that he comprehended every syllable I uttered. What a wonderful feeling, being listened to like this. When I finished, he said, "It was very interesting, ye. You've learned something. I've learned something from you today. Thank you. Indeed, thank you for listening to me, sir. I like you very much." Great Grandmaster had already gained my respect and trust merely by listening to me this one time. "Sir, does this picture represent your goal?" I pointed to the picture over his desk. Knowing his son had taught me how to set up goals, he smiled and said, "Yes. If you are interested, I will tell you a story behind this painting." Lotus and I nodded our heads immediately. Great Grandmaster began. One day I was taking a trip in a small boat on a stream which I had discovered the day before. It was an exceptionally beautiful day, with the birds singing high in the trees and flowers everywhere. I rowed my boat gently up the stream while I admired the peach trees on either side, which were blossoming with beautiful white and red flowers. As the wind blew, the flowers fell gently into the water and floated slowly downstream. The stream meandered through the mountainous region and became narrower and narrower as it approached its water source. I was so happy to see such beautiful scenery that I almost forgot where I was. And when I reached the narrow area where I could row no further, I returned home reluctantly. that night I had a dream. And in my dream, I returned to where I had broken off my adventure during the day and discovered a small passage just wide enough for my boat to pass through. After I rode on for some time, the passage led my boat to an underground water cave. I rode on and reached the opening at the end of the cave, and I soon found this exit was hidden on the outside under the roots of a huge tree. I climbed up the roots, looked around, and saw that I had reached an area full of beautiful peach trees. Just as I became excited of my discovery, I stepped onto a dead root and fell heavily down. I struck my head. I lost my consciousness. When I regained my senses, I found myself at the hands of a kindly looking woman who was feeding me. "Where am I, Aunt?" I whispered, feeling rather weak. "Welcome to Peach Flower Garden, my son," she replied with a smile, and continued to nurture me as a mother would do. She carefully fed me warm food, one spoonful at a time, and patiently wiped drops of food which had fallen onto my clothes. I was truly moved by her kindness and asked, "Aunt, I'm but a stranger. Why do you treat me with so much love?" "My son, in Peach Flower Garden, we are all mothers and sons, brothers and sisters. Now, have a good night's sleep. Tomorrow, you will be yourself again." She hummed a sweet song for me while she untied her head towel and used it to give me warmth. I noticed a beautiful red peach flower embroidered in the towel, and I felt so much love and peace while under this flower of love that I soon fell sound asleep. Early next morning, at the first cock's crow, I was awakened by the commotion of the village people as they were getting up. They were already on the move when the first ray of sun struck. I looked through the window and saw young couples cheerfully carrying their hoes to cultivate the land, while the old were happily taking care of the young. I heard people address the lady who nurtured me last night as grandmother. When people settled down to their duties, I asked, "Grandmother, why are people so excited and happy today?" Today is a special day, my son. She answered and showed me the children she was taking care of. Seeing her treat all the children alike, I asked, "Grandmother, are all those children your grandchildren?" "Well, I have only 2, and 4 of them belong to our neighbors whose grandparents passed away last summer. The rest are orphans," Grandmother answered. "How many baskets of rice do they give you for your service?" I asked, thinking she must earn a good living by providing care for all other families. "My son, here in Peach Flower Garden, we help each other without obligations." As Brother R.A. Grandmother, "Son, all of my children as Father Nature, I'm sharing with those who are chosen to listen. Father Nature share after reading a Bible that says, God said, I am that I am. I is a melanin dominant black man with a liquid pineal gland. Going deep within myself. I'm going to repeat this line to all males. Son, here in Peach Flower Garden, we help each other without obligations. Good deeds come around in circles, and they will return to those who help others. One family gives help in one way and will receive help in another way. In the long run, each family will give and get help from others equally, Grandmother answered. But Grandmother, how can a permanently disabled person give and receive help from others? I asked, thinking that even this paradise must have its share of unfortunates. My son, a disabled head of household, might be incapable of giving help himself. But his ancestors had probably helped ours in his and his descendants will help ours in case they become disabled. Here in Peach Flower Garden, we love the strong and the weak, the clever and the foolish, the beautiful and the ugly, the rich and the poor. If we only love the strong, the clever, the beautiful, and the rich, our love will not be complete love. For the things we love cannot exist without the weak, the foolish, the ugly, the poor. My son, you are in a place of love. After saying that, grandmother proceeded with her busy day of taking care of the children. News of a visitor came to the village had spread quickly, and people coming from all directions to greet me. At first, I thought the villagers were actors and actresses because they were wearing ancient garments, which could have been seen only in plays. They seemed to be even more curious about the way I was dressed. Some children came close to me and touched my clothes and held my hands. When the adults started to talk, I soon realized that their language was only to be found in the classics. I went to talk to grandmother because I could not communicate with these people, but she was nowhere to be found. I finally decided to recite a poem from each dynasty to see which they could understand. They all laughed and started to hug me when I recited the poem from the Tang Dynasty. Since you were from my hometown, you ought to know the current events there. The day you left, your decorated window, have the plum trees begun to blossom as yet? Soon I found that their ancestors had come to this land centuries ago to escape famine, created by ceaseless wars. Since then, they had lost contact with the outside world. They have not known of the existence of Song, Yang, Ming, Qin dynasties. Indeed, they had been living in peace while millions and millions of people outside were being killed through disease, famine, and wars whenever one dynasty overthrew another. The people cheerfully showed me their village, and I found that this paradise was a place of plenty. Fruit trees are everywhere, rivers are teeming with fish, mountains were covered with tall trees and full of game animals. The soil was so fertile, the plants grew rapidly without requiring much human effort. Famine was unknown here, so no one was trying greedily to accumulate more food than they actually needed. Crime was also unknown here, so nobody put locks on their doors. They were all happy and contented people. As night fell again, I came back to grandmother, who put me up comfortably for the night. Next morning, I was again awakened by the same excited people welcoming the first cock crow. It was obvious to me that everyone in the village was eager to get up to welcome a new day. When I saw grandmother's smiling face again, I asked, "Grandmother, what's the occasion today? Why are people so fully alert and energetic?" "My son, today is a special day." "Again?" "Yes, again, my son. Indeed, in Peach Flower Garden, every day is a special day," she answered in a lovingly voice. "Why that?" "Today is a special day because we all are one day younger than tomorrow. We are looking forward to finishing our daily work today and going on to new things. This is a lovely day, my son." "But grandmother, why don't outsiders feel like they're younger than... Why don't outsiders feel they are younger today than tomorrow?" "My son, even as a child, people already feel old. When a new sibling is born, their parents pay more attention to the newborn. An attractive lady of 17, the fairest of all, still feels old when she sees her 15-year-old sister ready to blossom into a beautiful flower. Remember, my son, no matter how young a person is, a new generation will always come up to replace her. Being old is only in one's mind. My son. Grandmother, why do people feel so young? My son, in Peach Flower Garden, there is no envy, but only love. We are content with what we have and are happy for what others have. We do not compare things among ourselves. We only know that yesterday has gone today we are younger than we will be the rest of the days of our life. The rest of the days of our lives. We celebrate our youth together. After saying that, grandmother left to fetch water for her children. It finally dawned on me that I was indeed one day younger than tomorrow. 57, single, never married, no kids. Do I have something to offer? Can I find balance in an individual that can see that deep into themselves? With a high rate of relaxation? I'll stop there and great-grandpa's story. Maybe I'll get back to it, maybe I won't. There's some Tao I wish to consider. Also, let me say again, as that 57-year-old, single, never married, no children, melanin-dominant black man who practices Tai Chi regularly on Fort Hill with another melanin-dominant black man, 20 years my senior. RoxburyTaiChiAcademy.com is his website. 77, 57-year-old black men on Fort Hill. Is that iconic? Is that ironic? On Independence Day, we declare these self-truth independence, and what about mind control? Why is my programming not being shown on YouTube if I use clips? So during the month of June, I dealt with I'm Not Your Negro, James Baldwin video. Director, black man, Peck. That was 2 or 3 weeks ago. Then I tried to deal with not only James Baldwin, I'm Not Your Negro, but then Amistad showed the John Quincy Adams talking to the statue of his father, John Adams. They were both presidents, over a value issue dealing with property, all before the cause Civil War. Amistad, black man trying to get home, back to within himself. 1776, not Old England, but New England, with the value structure of what? Hold your chin up, boy. Be dignified and respectful of yourself. Your ancestral root at a high level of relaxation. Dealt with Amistad, then went into executive action. It was definitely a conspiracy that shot Kennedy. And how did the world change after Kennedy? And who's president now? Is that an oxymoron for the minority of the opulent, as Noam Chomsky stated in one of the June shows, the upper echelon making fun of the government having a president named Trump. Isn't Trump in a card game? So the United Snakes is Trump. Development from 1776 to 2019. And we're still stuck in valuing what? Oh, that's right. I can't watch Brother R.A. No, I gotta go to my job and pick Masses cotton. And I can do this kind of redundant work. Laverne and Shirley, cap on a bottle. I can do that for 40, 50, but no, I can't go. That relaxed into my divinity and getting rooted and grounded. Let's see if we can bring up the pictures. I'm all over the place. But can we get rooted and grounded into our divinity? Here, you think about, wait a minute. Can you allow your imagination to reach down to the depths of the core of the center of the earth? You standing on top of melting rock, a melanin dominant individual. You talk about Independence Day. This is how this black man is becoming independent. No, I'm not doing any kind of nonsense of Enter DePenAnts. No, I'm not going to be an ant that, No, I'm Father Nature. And I'm tapping into my divine energy. So, on Fort Hill with Master Heej, I stand and meditate, standing on the crust of the core, the center of the earth. Allow that energy to rise up through my heels. Straighten my spine up to my liquid pineal gland, and I have my pineal gland reach out to the sky above. So all I am in this picture is just a tree trunk connecting. I am a child of the sun. I can live like as, what did I just say, grandmother? Peach flower garden. Am I that peach tapping into my divine energy? Do I need anybody's permission for me to tap into who the fuck I am? I'm coming back into myself as Father Nature. Beauty, peace, harmony, balance, instinct, development, liquid pineal gland. That's who I am. And I have to, as Father Nature, take care of the rest of the planet. Since we are not doing that great on the planet for ourselves. So let's go to Dipper and 365 Tao, Daily Meditations, Dang Ming Tao, page 334. I'm that tree underneath the starlight at night. Dipper, bamboo dipper, granite basin, crust of ice over inky reservoir. Moon shimmers and the dipper until fullness drains away. Some people are like dippers. No matter what they try to gather up, it ends up flowing out again. For such people, it is exceedingly difficult to accumulate anything in life. If you are like the dipper, that is all the more reason to concentrate the resources that you have. Poverty of any kind need not be a deterrent if you know how to utilize the wealth you possess. You must embrace your fate, work with it, and take advantage of it. Ultimately, we cannot truly grasp anything permanently in life. We are born naked. We die naked. And in the point of fact, we live naked. What we take to us, our clothes, our wealth, our relationships, are all external to us. They are easily taken away from us by bruising fate. We try to internalize our experiences and understanding. Even that can be taken away by stress, senility, poor memory, disorganized thinking, drugs, or shock. Truly, we are all dippers. The little that life offers us dribbles away. The little that life offers us dribbles away. Perhaps even the poorest of situations is rich, because all the futility of life leads to embrace Tao. After all, it is bigger than all infinities. The more subtle than the slightest wisp. To feel it requires great strength. To sense it requires a dragonfly's delicacy. When you tire of trying to hold on to life, you find the means to enter Tao. 335. Let's go to prowess. And as we get to prowess, let's take a look at this picture. Prowess. The wrestler was once more solid than a bull. He flexed. He loved to flex enormous, oiled forearms before he delightedly vanquished foes. But now, brittle skin is taut over bone, and his wheeze is a ghost of his manly bellow. At any point in life, it is prudent to contemplate the nature of prowess. If you have it, glory in it, use it wisely and compassionately. But you should not think that it is you yourself who are doing these things. You are borrowing this strength. It isn't yours. It's a gift. Something here for you. Something here for you for as long as you are lucky to have it. Once it passes, you'll not have victories, and you'll be stuck in the same body and mind. When you have been humbled, what is gone? You are still here to feel the pain of not being able to do what you were once able to do, unless you learn how to exercise your prowess without identifying with it. Those who fail to learn this become bitter old people. They curse life. They lose faith. That is because they placed all their self-worth in their abilities and not in who they were. That is why it is good to meditate and to accumulate not victories, but the experience of those victories. Savor them. No one can ever take that away from you. It is the experiences that come out of prowess, not prowess itself, that are valuable. It is the experiences that come out of prowess, not prowess itself, that are valuable. Are you able to tap into the experiences that come out of your abilities, come out of your prowess? Do you value that? Or do you just value the ability to be able to say, yo, this is what I did. I went here, I went there. Well, how about have you gone deep enough within inside yourself to bring ecstasy to your mind, ecstasy to what is divine? I got 7 minutes left. Oh my goodness. I got so caught up in all of this. Did I cover everything? Ha! Okay. Accessing the liquid pineal gland. I wanted to read more Tao. We'll get to reading more Tao and so on and so forth. Okay. So let's go from that shot to this shot. Is that shot there? And I'm just going to allow us to take some time to tap into your own mind, tap into what's divine. Tap into yourself, your greatness. Do I need this here? I don't need that there, do I? I'm not sweating now. I'm calm. cool, I'm collected. I'm reaching that higher level of relaxation. Did I show you the crust of the core? Here, let's show you the crust of the core. Allow your imagination to go down here. This is the surface of the earth, the crust of the core. So, take that image. That's the center, the third planet away from the sun. And, yeah, I see you up there now. No, I don't like that shot, but this is Peach Garden Flower Village. Think of that thought, and then we'll come back here. Oh man, I used up all that time. I'm gone. Never mind. I wasted time. Bye. I gotta go. With 53, 4, 5 time left, but here, take time for you. Raise 1,000 universes. Going up, 1,000 universes coming down. And go around all the universes and bring it to within yourself. Drop them